See, here's the problem that they figured out, what they understood. They were running around building stuff the whole time, right? And what they said is, wait a minute, this hustle is stupid. And they started to understand why it was a problem. One was variability. There was different stuff happening all the time. They had to build different things. They had to do things in a different way, right? This variability was killing them, and it required a high level of skill because you had to understand how all of the parts actually fit together, right? And it also requires micromanagement because if you're going to manage them, you have to make sure they're doing exactly the thing that they need to do. You cannot be there making, you cannot back off allowing them to do things because how do you know they're doing the right thing, right? It's so variable, you can't tell. And as a result, it is extremely difficult to scale. Right? You cannot scale a batch operation like that. You cannot scale that intense variability. So as a result, they ended up with limited earning capability. And this is the problem that manufacturers realized that they had to solve. And they came up with repeatable models and a standard way of delivering, right? What does that do to the overhead and the delivery, right? So if we had this entrepreneurial spin cycle here, and if you start to build the machine, right, then you end up taking some of that overhead off and it starts to move into that delivery. It starts to take that out. So you can sort of remove the overhead and you actually start to remove some of the delivery. And as you move into the future, you take more and more of that delivery away and you automate it, right? So the actual work you have to do as an individual shrinks because you're moving that off to the machine. So how did they create a machine in manufacturing? They created the production line. That's what Ford was famous for. He didn't invent the car. He invented an easy way to build the car where you just had people putting in screws and doing one little piece of the whole rather than doing the whole themselves. And we can say, oh, but that's a manufacturing situation. This is a service. It's harder for me to do. No. It's not. It's the same thing. Your service should be a product, and you should come up with the standard ways of delivering, just like manufacturing did. In fact, it's easier because you don't have to build all of the fixed infrastructure that you have to build in manufacturing.